the real cost of living in the coast. Hi guys, today is a very special episode on the 70th day before the end of 2020, and I first want to say thank you so much for everyone who has been tuning in for every episode till the end of the year. I'm so grateful and we are doing so well, and stick around and check out for a live that is coming so soon. And before I say so many things, today's episode is a special episode where we're going to be going through a life of a normal person in the coast, not necessarily a visitor. I was so privileged to get a chance to experience this lifestyle, and by the end of the video I'm going to have broken down to you the real cost from rent, accommodation, and food, and just the whole lifestyle of someone who lives in the coast and in the Mombasa Diani area. So without further ado, let's head straight to the video. Today is one of my happiest day on earth. You know why? Because I travel also to enjoy other people's culture, other people's lifestyle, and just have a different experience about life. And today I'm excited to bring to you the true cost of living in Kenya in the rural areas. And not only in the rural areas, I visited the coast, as you may have known from my other videos, the coast of Kenya, and right now I'm in a place called Tiwi, and I met a friend who was willing to take us in and give us an experience of what it means to not only be a traveler but now to be a local in Tiwi. So this is where we're going to be spending our day and just have an experience of what this place has in store. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this video because I feel in very good moods even as I shoot this video. Hit the like button if this is the first time you come into this channel. Subscribe to the channel also and turn on the notification bell. And just for the respect of the new people, believing there are new people in this channel, my name is Damaris Jenga and I create travel and lifestyle of videos, and I hope you enjoy this video. Stay tuned. So the good thing is we are living in like a homestead. As you can see behind me, this is like the whole area. So basically I will give you a tour of the whole place, but first let's go enjoy some breakfast. Yesterday we took some delicious food, but I had not started the vlog, but today we are here to experience some more different vibe. It's in the morning, we're going to have our breakfast, and guys, I'm just so happy today. I just feel very excited mood. I think also because I have worn this dera, which I'm going to show you, and it just gives me this traditional vibe, the ambassador of Africa kind of feel. Yeah, so let's go enjoy some breakfast. Today we are enjoying a cup of black tea, ginger black tea, and our accompaniment is this beautiful food that we had eaten yesterday, which is ugali, and we call it kiporo here in Kenya, accompanied with some of the remaining stew that had remained yesterday. This actually makes that your breakfast is zero budget, and which I think is very filling even for like the kids, because they also need energy to continue playing and being in good vibes, and which I loved. I love this one. So after enjoying a delicious meal, we are here chilling as we do house chores, just the normal house chores like washing utensils, and we also get to prepare some delicious biryani, which is a traditional meal that is eaten here in the coast. I'm actually excited about that, and in the process I'm going to break down for you the cost that you require for you to prepare like that one whole meal for a whole family. And then after that I'm just going to take you through the place and give you like a place tour and like cost and all that thing that is involved. Yeah, and definitely you're going to enjoy. So in the meantime, let us still prepare some stuff and then we just get ready. Yeah. According to the Swahili culture, visitors are not allowed to work on their first day here. Actually, they are welcomed with warm water for them to take a good bath. Yeah, so that's why I'm enjoying this natural DIY swing here, as the person who had been sent to go buy some of the stocks that we're going to be needing for us to prepare the meal arrived. And for this whole things that we needed for this meal to be prepared, it costed a total of 1,000 Kenya shillings, which I think is pretty affordable for 7 people us included. Everything is ready and well prepared. We have onions, chopped onions, we have chopped green pepper, and then we have ginger and garlic, and then we have tomatoes, we have peeled potatoes, and then we have pawpaw. And actually I will show you how this came to this. And then we also have our meat and our paste, which is tomato paste. Yeah. And we also have, this is going to form the color of the biryani. Yeah. And of course the oil. yeah, so it's about to go down. Now, one question that I'm majorly asked when I'm shooting the cost of living in a place is the average income of the people there. Now, let me explain. Here in the coast, most of the women remain home and do all the cooking and taking care of the kids' business. So basically, they have no income, or basically from things that they have planted and just one hustle here and there. But for the men, their average income ranges from 30,000 Kenya shillings all the way to like 100,000 Kenya shillings. Majority of their money comes from either fishing or from tourism and things to do with tourism activities. Now, as you can see, the budget for cooking and fire, all that stuff, it's zero budget, because earlier on we had gone for firewood fetching, which was actually interesting for me because it was like my first time doing it. To water, this is basically where they fetch their water from this show. This, hopefully I won't fall my phone as I'm trying to show you. There, so they just fall like that. Where I feel like I want to try, and then they pour the water here, there, and then they're able to feel it easy. And that's my sister as a local. Yeah. As we continue fetching water, I would say this family has really done a great job in ensuring that they are able to maintain and reduce on their cost. Like for example, they fetch water and pour water, like they irrigate by fetching this water from this well to just irrigate the vegetables that they've planted in this place, and thus they're able to take up those vegetables and use it for their food, and thus minimize prices on buying like tomatoes and buying vegetables like sukuma wiki or kales, or no buying like fruits. Like they're able to save up on that cost, which is actually an interesting hack and an interesting way to reduce on your expenses when it comes to your lifestyle. Anyway, there was enough labor that day, as you can see. Oh, I mean laborers. But the good thing, after all this hard work, food was ready. Very delicious food cooked by these wonderful women. So, you eat with your hand. And this food just looks so delicious. I can't wait. This is biryani. The very traditional biryani. Home cooked. So we're just going to get serious with eating. Yeah. See you as we eat. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, there was a motion on whether Kenya or Uganda has more delicious food. I think all the people who keep justifying that Kenya has more delicious food, it is this food they're talking about. And I'm tagging my good friend Erina TL from Uganda. Please come to the coast and enjoy this delicious meal called biryani. Do not fail to try out biryani anytime you come to Kenya. Even in Nairobi, you can enjoy some Swahili dishes, and this is one of the most delicious meals, like with no doubt. And as I told you, we dig in with our hands.
Yep. Mimi ndo mpishi wa chakula. So karibuni wote.
After eating some delicious food, let's do what we do the most. Spying on my sister. This is what happens after you are so full of biryani. How was the biryani?
Oh, it was so good.
Okay. We don't understand.
All my troubles are gone.
You've enjoyed?
What have I been doing with my life? Yeah, I've really enjoyed.
What do you think about village life? Like, no stress?
It's really calming.
Okay. Let me continue with my tour. Enjoy yourself. Okay. Now I am back here for us to continue on our breakdown in terms of the cost of living in the coast. Now let's talk about accommodation. Now the place we were at, it is a 3/4 acre of land, which I think is perfect ideal for any family to be able to live there. And what they did the trick of buying land like long time ago, or anytime you have money, and then taking time for it to save. So by the time they were buying the land, it was 70,000 Kenya shillings. But before that, they were renting a house out, and the cost of renting houses outside, the cost of renting house in Ukunda or in Tiwi, Diani, around that Mombasa area, it costs for a bed sitter, it costs anything between 4,000 to 7,000 Kenya shillings. For a one bedroom, it costs anything between 6,000 to 12,000 Kenya shillings, and for a two bedroom, it costs something to do from 10,000 to 20,000 Kenya shillings, which I think is basically a good price. Then guys, if you have not watched my videos on places you can come and stay once you come to Diani or to Ukunda, I'm going to link those videos in the description box. I have done a whole house tour on the places you can stay. Now without further ado, let's get to the concept of land. Let me say, right now the cost of land around this place is like from 2 million according to the estimation of how much value the place has added up and to it. Now one way that this family has really improved and has done like a good job in ensuring that they are able to continue having an affordable lifestyle is being able to have plants planted. As I told you when we were talking about the water system, they are able to irrigate their plants, and thus they have like veggies, and that reduces on prices when it comes to food. Now can we talk about electricity and how much they have done a great job in ensuring that they have reduced their cost in terms of electricity. Now apart from hotels, all the other places where I saw people are living, they use the solar system. Actually, even now that I think about it, even some of the hotels use the solar system. Now for the solar system, they told me that you buy the solar system at a certain price, which I think was 3,500, and then you can basically you can even buy this at like a deposit, and then you continue buying every day, being charged like 40 Kenya shillings, which I think is ideal. And then once you're done clearing your buying of the solar system, you continue enjoying the solar system for good. Now can I tell you, you cannot survive in the coast with no form of electricity, because one, a fan is like a basic need, or a fridge is a basic need because it gets so hot and so humid. So basically at least the solar system is able to cater for that. Now in terms of transport, from where we were staying to head to Ukunda, it's like a 50 to 100 Kenya shillings distance away. So tuk-tuks, motorcycles, which are called piki in Kenya, they are easily found. Matatus are also easily found, and I'd say in the coast, because of the tourism development, tourism making the place be so developed, I would say the place is able to be developed in terms of roads and all such infrastructure. And that also helps me talk about network and communication. You can be able to use all forms of networks like Safaricom, Telcom, Airtel, which are like the main communication sources there. They are well fitted and you can enjoy. In terms of Wi-Fi, a girl was taking advantage of the fact that there are so many hotels around that area, so you can just go buy a cup of whatever you need, and I was able to upload a video, which I think is a way of cutting short on your expenses, and that is a hack actually you can use anywhere despite wherever you are living. Anyway guys, I hope this video has been able to give you a perspective of how much it costs for you to be able to live comfortably in the coast, and you have an idea on how other people's lifestyle is. And actually guys, I enjoyed shooting this video, and I'm always excited to shoot this video every time I travel to like different countries, experience things I have never done in my life, and I'm so happy that you even got to this part of the video. Guys, if you did not know, we are doing a challenge of uploading a video every day to the end of 2020, and today is 70 more days to go for 2020, and our hashtag is 70 to end of 2020, and I'm so grateful for everyone who has continued to be with me. And guys, I'm going to link in the description box and also in the videos that are down there. You can continue watching on some of those other videos that are on this challenge. And guys, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.